don't grab this now, you're probably never going to be able to get it. I'm sure you've heard of comfort clothing before, and if you haven't, you are seriously missing out. They are actually my...
Can you hear me? We only got two ladies in the chat right now, bro. Can y'all hear me? I'm gonna wait for a second to let some people into the live. If you can hear me, put it in the chat. Happy Sunday, you guys. We only got 2 girls in here. Where are the girls at? Let me get comfortable. Don't want y'all too low. Okay. There you go. We're gonna get started in a second here. I was thinking I was gonna let some of the girls in, give them time to come in. But all right, y'all. I'm trying to get my chat on another screen. Okay, here we go. Cool. I have my chat up. Yay. Okay, y'all. So welcome. I'm gonna get started. Thank you so much for tuning in on a Sunday. Yes. I just wanted to come in today to have a deep conversation about this fibroid healing journey. Honestly, I know that it can be very difficult for a lot of people. It was very difficult for me in the beginning. And I just wanted to share some of the really essential things that I found on this journey. I have a little outline for what I want to talk about. I will absolutely have time for Q&A, so don't worry about that. I'm going to leave y'all some time to ask questions and things like that. But since we only have a few girls in the chat right now, let me see if we have anybody waiting. Nobody's waiting. Put in the chat where you all are from and how long you've been following me. Are you guys new to my channel? I'm not getting anything in the chat. Can you guys hear me? Okay, thank you. Okay, I got some. North Carolina, all right, period. Welcome. I love it. I love it when my newbies come in. I have been on this journey for 2 years now. I don't know if you've seen that on my channel anywhere, but I have been on this fibroid healing journey for over 2 years at this point. And I have found so much success on this fibroid healing journey. I started out with 6 fibroids, and as a matter of fact, this is my second time having fibroids in my life. Not sure if you know this, but I've had a laparoscopic myomectomy back in 2019, and my fibroids came back. So I figured out that I don't want to keep going through surgery, and I don't want to have a hysterectomy at that time. I didn't know what I wanted to do about children, so I decided that I have to figure this out naturally, and that was really one of the best decisions of my life. 2 years later, now into this journey, I have shrank my fibroids. I do have one small fibroid left. One of my largest fibroids was over 7 centimeters at that time, and the fibroid that I have left is under 3 centimeters at this point in time. So I know girls always like to ask me about that, so I always want to make sure that I come in and you know, be transparent about that and let you guys know, because I know sometimes when you're watching this journey, you want to see where your fibroids are, and a lot of the girls ask me whether it's possible for their own fibroids to shrink. Sometimes they are larger than mine, sometimes they are smaller than mine. And just for your information, 7 centimeters will be classified as a medium-sized fibroid on the scale. But that was a little background on me. Always want to go through that because I know that people are following me at different points in my videos, and I know that you all may not have seen all of the things. Let me pull up my little outline. I'm waiting for people to come in here. Somebody actually was messaging me on Instagram as well. I wonder where all the girls are, because I don't want to get started and they miss all the information, and then I got to reiterate all the things I have to say. Ciao. I'm sure I'll have to go back and mention some things, but I don't want to have to go back and mention everything. All right, well, whatever. Let's go for it. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about on this is one of the most major points that I feel most people ask about and most people talk about when coming on this journey. And that is, everything is so difficult or feels like resistance when they start this journey, right? It's overwhelming. There's so many things. You go online, you're reading all of this information, you're watching my videos, and it can become very overwhelming trying to navigate this situation. And so a lot of people start trying things and they're not getting the results that they want, or things feel very difficult to manage because you know that diet is a major player in this. Outside of diet being a major player in this, lifestyle, you know what I mean, and things that you will have to put into place on this journey seem very overwhelming. And so one of the things that I really like to put into perspective for people starting out this journey is you have to look at this as a wellness perspective. You have to take a wellness perspective, because what I realized is a lot of girls really focus in so deeply on the fibroids themselves that you're forgetting the entire picture. And the entire picture is that it's about hormone health and hormone balance. Because as we know, fibroids are a hormonally fueled condition, and we cannot forget that the basis of this condition has to do with our hormonal standing, right? So when we are trying to fit in things into our regimen, and it's not working, generally we're trying to fit the wellness, habits into our current lifestyle. And the thing is that we have to take a different approach, right? So we need to be restructuring our lifestyle around wellness, okay? And that's one of the major keys to success on this journey. Instead of trying to implement and fit in these wellness strategies into our current lifestyle, we really need to be restructuring our lifestyle as a whole. And I know that itself may seem overwhelming, you know what I mean? Some people hear that and they're like, oh, I don't want to have to redo or restructure my life and the way that I'm doing things. But that's not working for you, is it? That's obviously not working for you. And one of the greatest things that I have done on this journey was restructuring my lifestyle, restructuring my nutrition, and really making my lifestyle about wellness as a whole. And I think that in itself can shift so many things for you. It's a funny thing, because I remember when I first started this journey, I did change a few habits, but really mostly I just thought to myself, let me take something, right? So I'm thinking I'm gonna go and take some supplements and I'm going to solve this problem, right? No, that absolutely was not the approach that works. While you may get some results doing things that way, the most major results that you're going to get are going to come from what I just said, really restructuring your life for wellness, because one supplement can give you some results, but you're bound to run into this in the long run if you don't really address what is called root causes. And if we're not addressing the causation of the issue to begin with, it's going to be very difficult for you to sustain this success over time, right? And so that kind of leads me into another point that I wanted to make about this whole wellness journey. Routine and structure. Like, I honestly was going at this so haphazardly in the beginning. I literally was just I was stabbing in the dark. I was stabbing in the dark, child. Like literally didn't have any type of plan. I didn't have any type of structure. In truth, I really didn't even understand how the condition worked at its core. And I was looking at the fibroids from a magnifying glass, I like to call it. And that left so much opportunity for success and healing because I was only looking at the fibroids themselves. And in truth, fibroids are a symptom, okay? They're a symptom of a greater thing that's going on in your body, of imbalance that's going on in your body. They are a signal from your body saying, hey, something's not right, okay? They are not inherently in themselves the issue, if you will. So when we look at things like that, or from that perspective rather, that it really does help you to see like, oh, okay, I can't just think that I'm going to go in and treat the fibroids themselves, right? We have to treat the things that are fueling them. We have to address the major root causes and what's going on here. We have inflammation as one of the major root causes. We have blood sugar dysregulation as one of the major causes. We have nutrient deficiencies as one of the causes. And of course, hormone imbalance, and namely estrogen dominance. So when we think about it from that perspective and we kind of widen that lens, then we're able to see, oh, okay, I'm not just gonna take XYZ supplement for these fibroids. I need to look at the things that can reduce inflammation. I need to be managing my blood sugar and really seeing where my blood sugar is at, making sure I don't have insulin resistance, and making sure that I eat enough to manage my blood sugar, and that I'm not eating too many carbs or sugars or things that are causing spikes in our blood sugar. Okay, that's very, very important. Another thing that I've talked about on my channel a lot, nutrient deficiencies. So when we talk about nutrient deficiencies and fibroids, one of the major issues that we're going to see is vitamin D deficiency, right? There's so much to unpack with vitamin D. Have you seen my vitamin D video as of yet? I'm just interested to know that. Put that in the chat. Let me know if you've seen that vitamin D video. And if you haven't watched that vitamin D video, you really should watch it. It really is very eye-opening. Yes, girl. Okay, period. And you know what? I just realized something. Hold on. While I'm over here talking and talking, my video never even went public, so you must have came in from my link. See, this is what's wrong. We're going live, and me. These girls probably wondering where the hell I am, and it's just me and you. Me and technology we don't go together. But okay, so I'm so glad that you've seen the vitamin D video, because that's really major, really, really, really major. Vitamin D can absolutely be treated as, hey, welcome the girls coming in. Girl, the video was unlisted this whole time. Me and my sis from North Carolina been in here chatting and talking about all the things, and all the while the video has been unlisted. I'm sorry, y'all. A fool, an absolute fool. I am so sorry. I gotta do better. It's gonna be okay one day, maybe not today. Oh my God, y'all. Not the video was unlisted this whole time. Hey. I'm sorry, Ty. I might have to go back. Me and Ty been talking. We're talking about vitamin D. And please forgive me, you all. I'm good at what I'm good at, and the other things I'm just not good at, okay? I did. I enjoyed the one-on-one too, girl. It was very intimate. I was like, where the hell are all the girls? OMG. All right. So I will circle back, but I just wanted to talk about vitamin D3. I'm not going to make you go suffer, Ty, and go back. But vitamin D3 deficiency. Okay, so there's so much to unpack as far as vitamin D goes. And vitamin D can absolutely be treated as a hormone, right? That's actually really weird. But the way that it functions in the body is a major precursor for all of the things, all the processes that our body has to go through, like all the things, especially immune health and hormone health, really, really important. So what we were talking about before I realized my video was, it's been 33 minutes and my video has been unlisted. What I was saying is that I'm finding that a lot of people are finding obstacles and they're not finding the success that they're looking for because we are looking at the issue of fibroids from this really short-sighted lens, if you will. So we're looking at fibroids from this really magnified perspective. We're only looking at the fibroids themselves. We're not looking at the whole condition, the major players, the things that are more root cause than just the fibroids themselves. The fibroids are more of a symptom than anything, right? They are our body's sign saying, hey, something is not right. The heavy periods, the painful periods, the cystic acne, the brain fog, all of these things are symptoms, and they're telling us, hey, something's not right. The fibroids themselves are not so much the condition, so to speak. We're looking at this from the wrong perspective. We need to widen that lens so that we can really see the condition for what it is. And that's mainly hormone imbalance. I did make mention of the fact that a lot of women run into a plateau. A lot of women stop seeing progress or do not see progress at all because we're really looking at this like, okay, I'm going to take this pill, I'm going to take this supplement, and this is going to treat my fibroids, right? Or I'm going to take this herb and my fibroids is going to be gone. Now, while some supplements may really, really help you address this issue, not going to lie, okay? This is not the best way to look at this. It's better for us to widen that net, catch more fish, right? So when we look at it from a wider perspective, then we see, oh, the problem at hand is inflammation. The problem at hand is blood sugar dysregulation. The problem at hand is nutrient deficiencies. The problem at hand is hormonal imbalance, right? And as I said, mainly that's estrogen dominance, right? So that's really more of how we should be looking at it. And when you are trying to fit these hormone, or not hormone, these wellness habits into your current lifestyle, that doesn't always work, does it? It to me, when I did that, it felt like such resistance. You know what I mean? It did not feel like I was making the breakthroughs that I should have been making at that time. And that's because this issue is really a whole body issue. This is a wellness issue. This is a hormone health issue. And if we look at this from this perspective of, let me just treat these fibroids, we're not going to get the success, the sustained success that we should be getting. Yes, exactly. Because we're trying to fit in supplements into our current diet routine. We trying to fit in stress management into this lifestyle that was not created for hormone health, and it was not created for wellness. So what I was saying is, one of my first points is restructuring your lifestyle to be about wellness, okay? Restructuring things. And I know that seems very overwhelming. It might seem like, girl, you want me to restructure my lifestyle? Yes, I do. I do. Hey, Miss V. Because that way you're going to get sustained results. You're going to get results that last you for years and years to come. You know what I mean? And not only that, you're going to learn the basis of how to prevent your fibroids from thriving the way that they were in the future. You'll have the tools. Whereas if you just pick up a supplement or start a diet without understanding the fundamentals of this condition, you're doing yourself a disservice. So that was the run back of what me and Ty was talking about, child, for almost 30 minutes. But so I just wanted to kind of bring it down to some of the things that I mentioned during that. When we look at it from this wider lens of, okay, this condition and what I'm going through is really worth me restructuring this. It's really worth me sitting down and saying, okay, what's not working here in my life? And understanding the fundamentals of fibroids as a condition is going to help you. Now, I get a lot of women that tell me they're so overwhelmed on this journey, and a lot of that overwhelm is because we're not really understanding the fundamentals. When we start to understand, then it makes it easier for us to implement things on this journey, right? So for example, if somebody told you formaldehyde causes cancer, then for example, okay, so if somebody told you formaldehyde causes cancer and they broke it down to you why this happens, naturally your inclination is going to be, well, oh shoot, let me go home and read all the labels. Let me see what has formaldehyde in it. Let me understand more about how my daily actions and what I have in my house and my current routine is contributing to this, right? So I use this example because when you understand that blood sugar dysregulation is one of the major causes of inflammation in the body, fibroids are an inflammatory condition, and inflammation contributes to the thriving of those fibroids, then you be like, oh shoot, I really need to be worried about my blood sugar, right? Instead of just picking up a supplement and taking it and not knowing there are other factors in your day-to-day life that could be contributing to this fibroid situation. So not only blood sugar dysregulation, but inflammation as a whole. Where can we cut out some of the inflammation in our bodies, right? What are we doing that might be causing inflammation? Okay, that's really important. And to tackle that means to really be cognizant of that during your day-to-day life. And if you restructure, right? You restructure your daily habits, your routine, then it makes it so much easier to avoid the things that might be causing inflammation, right? Nutrient deficiencies, which is what we were on. We know that one of the major nutrient deficiencies that causes fibroids is vitamin D deficiency. And I was asking Ty, has she seen my vitamin D video? If you have not seen my vitamin D video, please go over and take a look at that video at some point, because there is so much to unpack about vitamin D that, like, I could literally have a whole live devoted to vitamin D. It is not only one of the most anti-inflammatory nutrients, but it can be treated as a hormone in certain perspectives, because it is a key cofactor in a lot of the processes that our body goes through. So not only immune functioning, but hormone health as a whole. Okay, so that's really important. And I think in this community, the Black and brown community, we obviously have to be so much more cognizant of this, because we are disproportionately affected by vitamin D deficiency and fibroids. And there's a link there. There's a scientific link there. And I don't want to start going on a rant, but instead of them telling us, oh, well, you got fibroids because you're Black, they should be telling us, exactly, they should be telling us Black women, Black and brown women suffer from vitamin D absorption, because our melanin is doing its job a lot of the time protecting us from the sun, but what it does is it inhibits the absorption of D. So it makes it harder for us to get vitamin D. And now in 2025, where we're all digital, we're all working from home, we're not outside. Even if we don't work from home, we don't go outside, we're not enjoying the sun and things of that nature the way that we should. It makes this vitamin D deficiency so much more prevalent. And I think that it's really, really important for us to continue to harp on this point, because there needs to be a lot more research done, in my opinion. I don't want to go all the way far left, but that's really important. And from all of the thousands of women that I've talked to during this journey, being a digital creator here on YouTube, I found that most of them had a vitamin D deficiency that they were unaware of. Like, I remember a time in my life when my doctor told me that I was vitamin D deficient, and I didn't think nothing of it. And you know why? Because I didn't understand how important vitamin D was. I knew it came from the sun, you know, we all know that, but I had no idea that as a woman, vitamin D is so essential. I mean, as a human being, it's so essential to most of the processes that our bodies go through. So it's not even a standalone thing. If you're vitamin D deficient, it's messing with all types of other processes. And that's another reason why I say that we really need to change our perspective when it comes to fibroids and hormone health and wellness as a whole, because this is one unit, y'all. This one is all working in concert with everything going on in your body. All of your nutrients, everything going on affects the next. So it's like a domino effect. And when we look at fibroids from this perspective of, oh my God, let me focus on the fibroid itself, we're doing ourselves such a major disservice, because we are not looking at the fact that our hormone health standing is not in good health. So when we focus on wellness as a whole body health, and widen that lens, we can touch so many other things that are off in our body. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do some Q&A. Hey girl, hey D. I'm gonna do some Q&A a little bit later, but Yes, all of those are cofactors. So those things work in concert with each other. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If you have a deficiency somewhere, don't just automatically think that it stands alone. It doesn't, girl. They all work together. They all work together. And circle back with that. But yes, yes, absolutely. Let me look at my notes, girl, because y'all done got me started. um, yes. So I just want to circle back to the fact that if you are looking at this from let me take this, let me take that perspective, meaning supplements or herbs, and we're not expanding to some of the other things that we can do to help with this situation, major disservice. We really need to shift that lens. And so what I mean when I say restructuring your lifestyle around wellness, let's get into that. Let me also plug in my phone. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not that kind of party. We're not going to be losing no battery life around here. Okay. So let's talk about some of these things, right? So obviously, diet and nutrition, nutrients, so super important. So important. And I say in a lot of my videos that a healthy diet is subjective, because you could be eating healthy, but it's not optimized for hormone health, right? So it could be optimized for all kind of other things in your life. It could be optimized for weight, you know what I mean? Or whatever one might think healthy is. But when you're a woman, and I'm so glad that there's more information, and there's more of a shift towards women's wellness and women's hormone health education, because we need so many other things than men do. Like literally, even breaking it down to the cycles, week by week, our body requires different things. It's absolutely insane, and it's actually really phenomenal how our body fluctuates. Okay, we are what I recently learned to call it, we are cyclical beings. So that means that our body works in a cycle. We're not like men. Men's energy is more like the sun, right? So it rises and it sets daily around the same time. It's very consistent. It's very static. We are like the moon. Our energy as women is more like the moon. So we have phases that go on for 28 days on average. Okay, so the things that we need are unique and nuanced to our hormone health and our wellness as a woman. So when we speak to diet, it's really important that we are eating a very nutrient dense diet. I talk about this a lot. What does a nutrient dense diet look like? This looks like eating whole foods. This looks like eating foods that are packed with nutrients. So you're not just putting one plot of vegetables on your plate with a bunch of whatever else. We want everything on the plate to be nutrient dense. And on that point, we also want to be eating things that are optimized for fibroid health, right? So we need to be eating cruciferous vegetables. This is something that has absolutely changed the game for me. Not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that I was a kale girl before, but now me and kale, we go together, okay? Because I understand how important these types of vegetables are to my hormone health. Why are those cruciferous vegetables and those cruciferous greens so important to your fibroid health? Because they help with liver detoxification, okay? Liver detoxification is major when it comes to fibroids and healing fibroids naturally. In fact, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to add in vegetables and things on your plate that are going to help with detoxification of excess estrogen that is processed through your liver. And I'm gonna tell you a fun fact that ain't so fun. If your body does not eliminate that excess estrogen, it gets reabsorbed into your body. So we have to do everything that we can to optimize elimination. Okay, if you're not going to the bathroom, all those toxins are being reabsorbed by the body. And I knew that toxins were released through our bowels. I knew that, but I didn't know how this worked in relation to hormone health, right? And so again, going to my point that nothing stands alone. This is all one vessel. It's all working in concert with all of the elements that are going on in your body. Your liver, it is our best friend. It is our best friend. We got to make sure the liver is optimal. We must. So if you are, hey Nashville, if you are not adding those cruciferous vegetables, you could even be doing something like adding milk thistle to your diet. You know what I mean? There are plenty of things that you can be doing to address liver detoxification. So I don't want to go on and on to that point, but that's one of the reasons why being intentional about your wellness journey is so important, because every single thing that we do or don't do could be contributing to this condition, right? So we got cruciferous vegetables. We have fiber. Oh my God. Again, piggybacking on that detoxification, fiber is so important. Soluble fiber is very important, right? So we need to be eating complex carbohydrates. Ditch any carbohydrate that is not adding nutrients to your diet. Ditch it. You don't need her. Now, can you eat that every now and then? Absolutely. Nothing enriched, nothing white, nothing bleached, nothing that has been stripped. We need nutrient dense fiber, sweet potatoes, flax. What's another one that I really like? Quinoa. Oh my God, quinoa, that's that girl. It's easy to make. It's my substitute for rice. Really, really important. Again, cruciferous vegetables have a lot of fiber. Berries have a lot of fiber. It's very important that we are consuming fiber. As women, we don't have time to play. Okay, we need the fiber. We need the fiber. What else? Hold on. How about EGCG and okay, hold on. We got a Q&A that's gonna come a little later. So hold your questions. Hold your questions. Hold your questions. Cause y'all know I talk a lot. I don't want to get distracted. So fiber, really important. Omegas, y'all. Omega 3, 6, 9. Really, really, really important for inflammation. As women, we need omegas. It obviously is good for brain health and brain functioning. If you've been having problems with brain fog, that's another thing. I've really been reading more about cognitive degeneration in women. And I might need to make a video about this because this is something really major. Especially women who have had a hysterectomy or are being faced with a hysterectomy, women that are let's not say pre, but peri and going into menopause. That loss of estrogen causes cognitive conditions. and dementia, girl. Okay, so what we can do now to combat this is to add things that our body needs. The hormones run the show. Our health as women are determined by our hormonal standing. It's really, really, really important. Yes, there is so much to be educated about. And they can just wake up, the men can just wake up, take a shower, and shake off. And go on about their day. We have been so miseducated about our body and how it functions. It's really unfortunate. But we can't fight or resist the education. We have to get educated on what our bodies need. It actually is so empowering, and it's such a relief when I learn things about my body. It's like, well, damn. Who the hell am I? Who have I been all these years? You know what I mean? Like, understanding that we work cyclically is really important. And it's this beauty in that. There's beauty. That's the reason why we're able to bear life. Okay? We are it, honey. We are it. And they've been lying to us because we are the code. Okay? And all of this information can be overwhelming at times, but it's so important that we understand this. I'm gonna go over that as well. So let's go on, because we said fiber, omegas, cruciferous vegetables, which are for liver detoxification. What else is really important? I'm forgetting two really important things: protein and fats. What? Okay, so protein, fat, and fiber, what I like to call my PFF formula, are essential for female hormone health. Protein is one of the major building blocks of our bodies, and also major for our hormone health. It's also major for our blood sugar. Really important, okay? So getting in enough protein is I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm very transparent. Y'all know I'm always honest. It's one of the bane of my existence. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really is not very easy for me to continue to make sure that I'm having 30 grams of protein at breakfast. Some days are better than others. However, what has made it easier for me, as I said before, is structuring my life around hormone health and wellness. So it's really important, right, that we get in this protein. And the more that I read on this, the more that I see how absolutely essential protein is to our hormone health. Aim for 30 grams of protein for breakfast, no matter what you do. That's the best advice that I can give you. It will start off your day in a way that no other breakfast could, honey. Especially not carbohydrates. Not carbohydrates, right? That's not the way to start a breakfast. So, healthy fats. Healthy fats are so important. That kind of goes back to omegas in a way. Avocados are the cheat code. If you don't like avocados, I'm sorry if you can't eat them, because they are so amazing. They honestly are one of the best things that you can eat for your hormone health. They really are. Protein, no, babe. If you are vegan or if you are vegetarian, protein is protein. Protein is not like iron. Iron has some nuances when it comes to animal or non-animal protein. Just protein. Whatever you need to do to get in that protein, from a plant-based perspective, I like chia. I like my chia. Chia is like the cheat code too. For real. So you all can do legumes. There are other things that you can do for protein. And you can also do a shake. You could do a vegan protein shake. you know, there are options, but no, I don't mean just animal protein. So fats are absolutely essential for us as women. We've been taught that fat is bad. Yeah, beans, legumes, perfect, that's good. We've been taught that fat is bad, especially here in America. Low fat, diet this, diet that. Like, I remember in the early 2000s, like late 90s, I'm a little older, y'all. That was a thing. Low fat was a thing, but that's so not good for us. We need to be eating full fat, okay? But healthy fats like ones that come from avocados, okay? And avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil. What are some of the other really good things? Chia has a lot of omegas in it as well, which that's why I say these are the foods that are like cheat codes for me, because they combine different nutrients that just make it easier for me. But protein, fat, and fiber is like the key. This is the key for blood sugar management. This is the key for hormone health management. This is the key to keep us from having those cravings. And keep our blood sugar regulated. It helps with inflammation. It helps with elimination. It helps with detoxification. Those things are like so essential. And I just hate that we have been so miseducated about everything. It really upsets me, because it makes this process so much harder of healing fibroids, because we have to relearn things, right? We have to take out what we've been told and replace those things with things that are going to support our healing. Going on from diet, moving your body. I don't even think I put that on the list, but before I forget, moving your body. This is also something that I talk about a lot, and I want to be clear that I do understand that depending on where we are in our fibroid journey, our mobility is different, right? What I could do 2 years ago is different than what I can do today, like night and day. If you are inhibited by your fibroids in a physical way and you can't do certain things, we gotta get creative, girl, because you must move your body. Moving your body is one of the things that is like, it's like a holy grail. It's a holy grail part of the healing formula. And this is for healing anything, not just fibroids. Moving your body is key for healing as a whole. And not only is it good for hormone health and fibroid health and healing, it's good for your mental health. It's good for detoxification. And so we must move our body. Whatever you can do to get your heart rate up, you got to do it. Whether that's seated, I love to suggest to my girls those resistance bands. They come in short ones and they come in long ones. You can do seated arm workouts. I would say start out with buying some from Amazon and seeing how you feel, and then graduating from that to, if you feel comfortable, go get yourself a gym membership, because they do have machines that are for mobility restrictions. They got hand bikes. They have, oh my God, I can't remember the name of this machine, y'all. Oh yes, hemp seeds are phenomenal. Thank you so much for dropping that. Dang, what's the name of this machine? But anyway, it's like this machine where you pull down these cords. It's phenomenal for cardio if you are limited in your mobility. I always say walking. Walking is amazing. Please don't underestimate walking on this journey. because it's accessible, number one, it's free, and it's something that most people can do. That's where I started my fitness journey. And I graduated from walking in the park to now working out like 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes I work out 6 or 7 days a week, which is weird. Who am I? Because now my body is used to it. My body craves the movement. And if I'm not moving, I feel like stagnant, like that stagnant energy that needs to be moved around, right? So if I'm not in the gym, I'm walking out on the trail. So get creative about this, but you have to move your body. It is a non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable. Okay? Just wanted to put that out there. Oh my goodness. We're going to get into supplements in a minute, but we need to talk about stress. We need to talk about stress management, okay? This is one of the things that I think tends to be one of the biggest hang-ups for us. I'm just saying us, because we all struggle with this. And again, restructuring your routine around wellness, including your stress management efforts, is really major. I know that this feels overwhelming because it's like, how am I going to tackle this? But what I like to do is make sure that I'm setting up an AM and a PM routine. Okay? Very, very, very important. This is going to help you to intentionally incorporate some tools into your regimen, right? So in the morning, it doesn't matter whether you are religious or you spiritual, whatever you believe in. I meditate in the morning. I say my prayers in the morning. I make sure that every single day, sometimes even before I open my eyes, I start with gratitude, and I start with, this is gratitude, but starting with things that I'm grateful for, that I'm thankful for, and then I lead myself into a meditation, right? So some days my meditations are happening in my shower. Some days my meditations are happening in my bed. Some days my meditations are happening at the gym. It depends on what's going on, right? So I like guided meditations. That has been incredible for me because I am an overthinker. The brain be going, girl. And so guided meditations have absolutely saved me. And nowadays that I almost forget to do my meditation, I be like, oh, I need to do my meditation. I gotta do it. I have to do it. So that is a stress management effort. If you didn't know that, that is a way to manage your stress. Meditation is phenomenal for regulating your nervous system. Okay, that is really, really, really important for cortisol levels. Cortisol is a hormone. Okay, cortisol, when our cortisol is off kilter, everything is off. Okay, high cortisol levels cause inflammation. High cortisol levels are linked to hormone imbalance. High cortisol levels are linked to fibroids. Okay, really, really important. Really, 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 really important. Okay, especially in this day and age where I feel like as women we are tasked with so many things, especially if you're a mother. Girl, I don't know how you do it. Pat on the back. Thank you for everything you do, because trying to manage your own health and then be responsible for small human beings, I don't know how y'all doing it. I really, I commend you, and I'm gonna share something very personal with you all. I actually raised my sister. I helped to raise my sister most of her life. So no, I'm not. That's probably why I'm not a parent. If I'm being honest with you, that's probably why I ain't got no kids. Me and my sister are 11 years apart, and I have had her in my house on and off since I was 19 years old. So I have raised a person, and I understand what it's like to try to prioritize yourself and your health while being responsible for another human being. We're super women. Women really amaze me. I be shook by our capabilities and how we're able to balance this. But the point is, circling back, that cortisol and high stress, because high stress causes high cortisol, is one of our major enemies as women with hormone health issues and fibroids. It makes fibroids flare. It makes them thrive because they love inflammation. They love inflammatory environments. We have to make every single effort to reduce our cortisol, which is another reason why I keep telling y'all it's very important to get your hormones tested. And doctors, man, I don't want to start because doctors really downplay hormone testing. They gonna trick y'all. They gonna make y'all think. First of all, they be making y'all think, me too, that the tests are normal. But again, this is subjective. What are we looking at? What are we looking for? Okay, so I'm not gonna go into that. Yes, they do. They be lying, y'all. When we're talking about estrogen balance, really quickly, we want to make sure that the estrogen and the progesterone are checking each other, okay? And if your estrogen, here it is, because this is what they usually try to tell you. If your estrogen is in range, they're gonna say everything's fine, everything looks good. But the problem is your estrogen can be in range, but where is it in comparison to your progesterone? Your progesterone can, even if it drops a little bit low, this leaves estrogen dominant, okay? And it can still cause major issues. I remember this happened to me as well. And my fibroids was raging, and they had the nerve to try to tell me that I wasn't experiencing what I was experiencing. So we can do a live about that, but I don't want to go on to that point because I know I be, back to cortisol and stress management. So I found it easier to break this up into sections, AM, PM. And then when you get good at that and you have your AM and PM routine, doing a little midday check-in. On your lunch, take a moment. Breath work. Ooh. Breath work has been amazing for me. Yeah, they do. But they're not going to prioritize our whole health, because what they're supposed to do is pick every piece of us apart and say, oh, well, this is happening over here, so it's definitely not affecting what's happening over here, which is a lie. Yes, absolutely. Holistic methods are amazing, and the Dutch test is amazing. I already have a video about this, so if y'all have not seen my test for fibroids video, please go and watch that. I've done it, and I talk about a holistic test for you all outside of a blood test. But going back to breath work has really gotten my life. And honestly, I really learned more about breath work through my guided meditations. I knew about breath work, but I never really used it. And I've told you guys before, y'all, I'm from Chicago, so I used to be a little nuck if you buck. So I have become so much more refined as I've grown. And breath work is absolutely one of the best things I've ever discovered. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because sometimes I be ready to I be ready to pop off at the mouth. And I just have to take it back, just bring it back, bring it down a few notches and do some breath work. The breath work is so incredible for our cortisol, for our nervous system. Yes, girl. It's so incredible for that vagus nerve. It's amazing what it does to make us feel safe and to calm us down and get us out of fight or flight mode, because that's really what it comes down to. And when we are in that constant state of fight or flight, guess what our hormones are doing? Running wild. So it's very important that we have some of these tools for our daily life, and we intentionally add these tools in our daily life instead of just running to them in an emergency when we turn. Okay, we need to be adding them into our daily regimen every day, even when nothing's going on. So, some of those mornings when I'm waking up doing those meditations, part of the meditation is including breath work. Breath work at night, amazing. These tools, they sound real cliche. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I started this journey, there is so much, because I'm a skeptic. I am a hardcore skeptic. And if anybody tells me anything about anything, I'd be like, did that really work? It really does work, and it's accessible and it's free. So these are some of the things that I have to really keep stressing, because we don't want to constantly rely on supplements and things to help us with things that we can address on our own. All right. So breath work, meditation, prayer, writing. Girl, get a journal. We're writing. We're 15 again, okay? We're journaling. We are journaling, okay? I don't care if you take those pages after you write them and you burn it. You need to be writing. It's so absolutely therapeutic and amazing. We are at a point where our brains are on such overload. It's impossible for us to just have all of that up in there. We need to get it out. We need to release that stuff, because when we hold, we're going to start talking about the emotional causes of fibroids and womb disease. Okay, emotional holding and not allowing ourselves to have outlets to get some of this out. Writing is one of the most amazing things you can do for yourself. Please trust me. Girl, go get you a composition notebook from Walmart if you need to, okay? It don't have to be fancy. I've got the fancy ones. I got the old school binded ones. Yeah, period. Just get you one place where you can write. Really important, okay? And so off of those things that are really accessible, let's talk about some other things that we can do to manage stress and cortisol levels. Adaptogenics. Hello. Ashwagandha. Reishi mushroom. My girl, okay? So these are the things that can help us to manage stress and our stress responses. it is also really amazing. I don't want to overload y'all with information, but they're also really amazing for your adrenals. Your adrenal glands are really important, and doctors don't like to address the adrenal glands, and I'm not really sure why. They're a part of our anatomy, and when you talk about your adrenals with doctors, they like to act like that's too far on the spectrum of natural healing, but it's not. It absolutely is not. Our adrenals, if I'm not mistaken, secrete our stress hormones, okay? So it's really important that we are supporting those adrenal glands in every way that we can, because everything that we got going on is causing overload in all of these different places in our bodies, our liver, our adrenal glands, thyroid, all of the things. So adaptogenics, major. Me and ashwagandha go together real hard. That's my sister at this point. Like, we are absolute family. We are family at this point. Whether you are getting that in through tea, you can take a supplement if you want, but I really like to drink my ashwagandha, maybe a tincture. That seems to be really powerful and quick, fast acting for me. That's one of the things that has really also contributed to me calming the hell down. Yes, the breath work. Yes, the meditation. Obviously, I've done a lot of work. But I have to give it to adaptogens. I really do. If you're not using adaptogens, please add some adaptogenic herbs into your life. They really are, and this is what they do. They help you to adapt to stressful situations. So I don't want to talk about stress forever and ever, but I just really need you all to understand how important being intentional and adding stress management efforts to your daily life every day. Not just when you are in a stressful situation, even when you are not in a stressful situation. And again, circling back to what I said before, adding that in your AM and your PM routines, unwinding at night, getting off the screens, turn off the screen, no blue light, unwind at night. Have a routine to unwind. Seriously, because we are so haphazard when it comes to this journey. That's why I'm saying, I'm taking it full circle back to what I was saying in the beginning of this live. Restructuring your lifestyle around wellness. This is going to make things so much easier for you, instead of just plugging these things into your current lifestyle. Really. So that's something that I've had to work on really, really hard. It is a continuous journey. As long as we're alive, we're going to have stress. It's not going to stop. The bill's not going to stop. That job not going to stop. Like, men, they're not going to stop. So we have to find ways to get ahead of life's inevitable stressors. So I really wanted to stress that part. And now we can talk about supplements. Woo child. So as I said in the beginning, I gotta be very conscious about how I address this. Not to call anybody out, okay? Not to call anybody out, but I love y'all. You know this. I love you all. I love y'all to the end of this earth. But those of you who are addressing this healing from a perspective of, I need to get on here and buy it all. I see that this person is taking this. I need to buy this. I need to go out and buy this. That's so true, Ms. V. I need to go out and buy this. I need to get this supplement. I gotta get this. Calm down. It's not the right approach. The healing's not in that bottle. The healing's not in that bottle. What's in that bottle is support for your journey. Okay? There is work that has to be done on this journey, especially if you want sustained success. Yes, supplements are absolutely amazing. They are so amazing. I have said this time and time again. But they are not the key. Okay? They are a supporting role. They're a supporting role. I'm going to say it again. They're a supporting role to your lifestyle. And so it's really important not to put all your hope and faith in an herb or in a bottle. They are supportive to your efforts, and they go long if you go long. Okay? If you're not doing the work, how much work can they really do? I need to say that disclaimer, and I need to be very honest in that point, because yes, absolutely, the healing is in the consistency. The healing is in the lifestyle. Okay, so that's why I keep going back to that. You all know I am a supplement girl. I live and die by supplements. But if supplements ended tomorrow, I know the key to healing without them, because I know what they are doing and where to get those things from. For example, let's use DIM. Let's use DIM as a really great example. Diindol L-methane. If anybody does not know what DIM is a compound that is created from cruciferous vegetables, broccoli. Your body makes DIM when we eat broccoli. What does it do? It helps with liver detoxification. It is amazing for, yes, it is amazing for our hormone health, especially those of us that have fibroids and estrogen dominance, because it helps to detoxify excess estrogen through the liver. I'm using this as an example because now that I know how it works, I know where it comes from, I know what it does. If DIM ceases to be a supplement tomorrow, I know how to supplement that, right? So it's really important to understand the inner workings of what you're using. Why are you using it, number one? What is it doing? How is it doing it? This is something that nobody taught me. This is something that I've had to develop over time, and I had to realize, oh shoot, okay, I need to take a different approach to this, because I cannot rely 1000% on supplements. I need to understand what they're doing, especially in the case that I'm getting overwhelmed with the amount of supplements that I'm taking, and I need to get rid of some of these. Where can I supplement these supplements in my diet and my nutrition so that I can take some of this off my counter? So that I can simplify this, because a lot of you all, and this is my fault, I am part of the problem, because I have recorded videos over the course of 2 years. Y'all have seen me grow and heal in real time. Exactly. Go into the source. Y'all have seen me, if you watch my videos from 2 years ago, and pat on the back to me because a lot of my information is timeless, okay? But I did emphasize supplements very early on, but I wanted to make sure that you all knew the options. I wanted to make sure that you all knew, hey, these things are really important. So over the course of my YouTube career now, YouTube career, I have changed my approach to be more of educating you guys about the sources of things, educating you guys about why these things are important, so that we don't always have to speak to a specific supplement, and you can understand that, oh, calcium D-glucarate, that's for liver detoxification. You know what also does that? Milk thistle. You know what I mean? I don't need to take these pills. I could supplement this in a tea or something like that. Or I could get in a lot of cruciferous vegetables. Now, mind you, you would have to eat a hell of a lot of cruciferous vegetables to make the amount of DIM that you might need. But with several efforts, if you combine other liver detoxifying things in your diet and into your routine, you can get similar results, right? So I think it's really important to come from that perspective, because we don't always want to rely on a supplement, so to speak, okay? Am I going to continue to take supplements? Absolutely, because they're convenient. And also, sometimes there's a concentration of things. For example, with D3, in order for you to get 10, 20,000 IUs of vitamin D3, that might take a little effort versus taking a supplement, okay? So I just wanted to stress that point so that we are on the same page and we're understanding before we get into this, okay? Really important that we change our lens, that we change the way that we are approaching this. So, on to supplements. Somebody asked me about EGCG earlier. EGCG is that girl. Disclaimer. If you take too much EGCG, it can have an adverse reaction. But you'd have to be taking seriously high doses of EGCG to have an adverse reaction. This is another thing that's really important with supplements. Do y'all research. I understand that doctors are really not going to, they're not going to help us in the way that we need help with these supplements. So a naturopath is really important. If you can incorporate a practitioner of functional health, integrative health, that is really good. That's really, really amazing. And I highly recommend it. But anyway, going back to EGCG, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. I know what it is, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to butcher that. But EGCG is one of the major compounds in green tea, right? And there are certified studies that say that EGCG does help with fibroid reduction, and the inhibiting of fibroids, okay? So EGCG was one of those things that I really implemented very early on in my journey, and it is that girl. I also learned that not only does EGCG help reduce inflammation, it also helps with liver detoxification. Yes, it is such an amazing supplement. If you can get you some EGCG in, please do. They do have caffeine-free EGCG if anybody is concerned about that. It has been one of the major players in my healing, and I can never deny its role in my fibroid healing. I have always drank green tea. I don't know where I got that from. To be honest with you, the tea drinking is not something I grew up with. But I've always drank teas, and I've always drank a lot of green tea. Green tea is phenomenal for us. Furthermore, matcha is phenomenal if you're going to choose a drink or a beverage. Matcha is really amazing. Not only does it have L-theanine, which is fantastic for calming anxiety and stress, it also has EGCG. Yes, so for my fibroid girls, make sure your cabinet has you some green tea. Really. And it's also really phenomenal because it has a lot less caffeine than coffee. Okay, so I know there's a lot of concern about caffeine, and yes, exactly. So I'm addressing that right now. So the compounds and the phytonutrients inside of green tea counteract, so to speak, some of the effects of caffeine. It's not like drinking coffee, okay? Coffee, not that girl. I'm sorry. If y'all are starting y'all morning with coffee, especially if you haven't eaten and you're drinking coffee on an empty stomach, you are putting your hormones through hell. Just take it from your girl. Don't do it. That's the worst thing you can do for your cortisol. It's the worst thing you can do. Yes. It is the worst thing you can do. So, honestly, yes, green tea, even with the caffeine, is great. It's good for you. If you want decaffeinated green tea, you can drink decaffeinated green tea. But for my former coffee drinkers like myself, that struggle is realer than real. So if you need an alternative, I really highly recommend matcha because its compounds are a lot more complex than just green tea, but green tea is phenomenal, okay? So off of EGCG, let's talk about some other things. I've talked about DIM. Calcium D-glucarate, I kind of talked about a little bit. Calcium D-glucarate is a compound that helps with phase 2 liver detoxification, right? So I'm not going to get up into all of that, but I want you to know that there are two phases of detoxification of the liver. Yes, that coffee struggle, realer than real. Get you a matcha latte. Make sure it don't have milk in it. Ooh, we're finna talk about magnesium in a minute. Calcium D-glucarate helps to stop the bad estrogen from being reabsorbed into the body. Yerba mate is that girl. Yerba mate is that girl. Yerba mate's compounds are phenomenal for health. Now, the caffeine content of yerba mate is much higher than green tea, okay? But yerba mate is that girl. Me and yerba mate, man, I used to work, my mentor back when I was an esthetician was from Argentina, and that's where I learned. She used to drink it out of a gourd, like traditional style. And that's where I learned about yerba mate. It just is that girl. I'm sorry, y'all. If you need energy and you're switching off coffee, please try yerba mate. Gayaki, yerba mate is the bomb. That's my girlfriend. That's the brand that I use. They have them pre-made in cans. It's low in sugar. They have mint. That's amazing. Chicory coffee, really good. It is stronger. So if you are one of those people that really liked your coffee strong with the taste, with the flavor profile, chicory coffee is good for that, okay? I love chicory coffee. It is also good for detoxification and inflammation as well. I was talking about calcium D-glucarate. So calcium D-glucarate is an alternative to DIM. It's really good. It's also something that you can add in your regimen if you're looking for something for liver detoxification. What causes, okay, first of all, what causes fibroids to grow? I have a video on that. Please check it out. Please check it out. I go through all of the factors. I go through all of the factors, especially the ones that science are evidence backed, as far as what causes fibroids to grow. And if you've been on this live for quite a while, then you've heard me talk about inflammation. You've heard me talk about nutrient deficiency. You've heard me talk about estrogen dominance. These are all causes of fibroids. Yes, xenoestrogens and toxins do play a role in development of fibroids, but not everyone's fibroids are due to hair products. This is a hormonal condition. Hair products exacerbate hormonal conditions. Okay? So that's really important for you to understand. Every product contributes or it can contribute or not to your fibroid situation, right? But there's no science that I am aware of that says, oh, it's because you had a perm all your life. I never had a perm in my life. And in fact, yeah. So I still got fibroids. But yes, a lot of the products, the things that we put on our skin, the makeup, this is particularly important for people like me who love makeup. All of those toxins are very important. However, here's the truth. We can control the controllables, but at the end of the day, there is absolutely no way for us to avoid all toxins. They're in our clothes, they're in the fabrics, they're in your fabric softener. If you use that, I don't use fabric softener, I actually use vinegar instead of fabric softener if you need a natural alternative. They're in our soaps, they're in our food, they're in our cups, they're in everything. So that's why I think the better approach, obviously, is very important to go through and audit the things that you are using on a daily basis. Not saying that that's not important. It's really important. But also, focusing on detoxification can be very helpful, right? Okay, because that's going to help your body to process those toxins and not have them sit in the body. That's also very important. So yes, audit your things. Try to use things that are clean. Try to reduce the amount of fragrance. Right now, we're living in a world that is just, everything has fragrance in it, y'all. It's toxic. The plug-ins, the air fresheners, all of that is highly, highly toxic and endocrine disrupting. Okay? Candles, scented candles, all that, okay, is stealing all the joy out of our life. Yes, but it's toxic. So again, there's no way for us to 100% eliminate these factors. So I think that it's very important for us to, yeah, I love all that too, girl. And I'm a fragrance head. But I have opted for clean products. And I feel like everybody want to do Q&A now, so let's just get into it. Any advice on getting good sleep, rest, and recovery? It's a struggle for me lately, and I've heard sleep is important for hormone balance. Sleep is important for every function in your body. Every function, everything. Sleep is important. Science is now proving that women need more sleep than we thought, okay? We definitely need a lot more sleep than men. We need in between 8 and 10 hours of sleep. Yeah. So if you've been tired and sleepy your whole life, is because we weren't told how much sleep we really needed for optimal hormone health. Yes, babe, the candles, all that Bath and Body Works is not doing us any good. Do not go to that sale, okay? But yes, sleep is major. Let's talk about it real quick. I thought I had it on my desk, but I don't. Damn. Okay. One of the let's mention 3 things for sleep really quick. Number 1, having a PM routine. Like I said in the beginning, AM and PM routine is absolutely essential. Do not skip that. Wind down at night. If you can, take a bath. If you can't take a bath, take a hot shower. You can use, if it doesn't bother you, you can use aromatherapy. Lavender is amazing, obviously. Chamomile, ylang ylang, things of that nature. I like to do things to physically wind me down. So a bath gonna put me out. That's gonna put me out. Okay, put you some salts in there. You know, really make it a winding down. Another thing that helps me to wind down at night, especially after I've taken my shower, tea. I have a lavender blend, and it has valerian, it has cat's claw, it has chamomile. What else is in there? Something else in there. But anyway, a tea blend. Find you a good tea blend. That's really nice. Herbal tea. And read or write. This is another time that you can take advantage of one of those stress management tools that also does help your brain to kind of calm down. And tell your body it's time to go to sleep. Turn the lights down, okay? Turn the lights down. Don't have it full blast up in your house. Turn the lights down. That tells your body, that cues like your circadian rhythm. Time to go to sleep. Turn the screen off. Turn the screen off. If you live with people and they are watching TV at night, please remove yourself from that room. Make it known, okay? And this is one of the things that, if y'all been following me for a long time, I'm very serious about boundaries. I'm very, very serious about boundaries. It don't have to be rude or like aggressive, but it's very important for your family and whoever else in your life to understand how important your wellness efforts are to your health. You need people to be on board. They don't gotta agree with it, but you need them to understand, A, I can't eat that. I will not be eating that. I will not be doing that. This is my regimen. In the day, in the morning, if there's anything you can do to help support me so that I can have my time to do whatever the hell I need to do. I need to eat a breakfast, a healthy breakfast. I need to eat breakfast, okay? I need to have a time to meditate. Please give me 5 minutes. Just leave me alone for 5 minutes. Whatever it is. This is very important for the evening as well. Y'all know this is mom's time. I love you. See you in 20 minutes. Okay? It's very important that you are vocal about your wellness and your healing boundaries so that people understand how best to support you in those efforts, especially at night, because everybody loves to scroll. They like to scroll. No scrolling, no TV, none of that. Let's wind down, right? So outside of that, if you need a sleep aid, it's okay to need a sleep aid. Girl, I have suffered from, and here's one of the really weird things that happens is that when your hormones are dysregulated, you can suffer from insomnia. You can suffer from disrupted sleep, okay? Not only may you have issues with going to the bathroom 99 times a night, because when my fibroids were huge, girl, I felt like if I got up and peed one more time, I'm just gonna stay up, okay? So things that help your body wind down. Going back to the young lady's comment, magnesium. Magnesium glycinate is that girl. I cannot tell you how amazing my sleep has been since incorporating magnesium glycinate, a magnesium glycinate supplement into my life. Magnesium is essential for so many different processes in hormone health, but it also helps with relaxing us. Ooh, okay. So as far as magnesium, I'm just going to be honest with you. Right now I'm trying a brand that is bulk, because I'm trying to do a thing right now. I can't talk about that, okay? But I'm trying a bulk supplement, so it's not like I can really give you that information. It wouldn't be helpful for you because you have to buy in bulk. Let me see if I can put this in the chat. Magnesium. If anybody has tried that, I'm about to link this in the chat right now. Amazing. And they have different formulas. I tried Moon Juice as well. It's by me. It's by Moon Juice. I'm sorry. What I meant to say is I have tried there's a certain one that I liked. The Berry Calm. Here we go. Moon Juice Berry Calm. It's pricey. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the cheapest. But this is the reason why I think telling you all the ingredients and what they do is most important, so that you can supplement that in a different way, right? So that you don't have to feel like you have to buy a certain thing. Magnesium glycinate. However you buy that, it's very inexpensive, so it's really not necessary for you to go and buy a $44 effing magnesium, child. But if you have the budget, go ahead, because it's really good. It's really good. So okay, magnesium glycinate, phenomenal for putting you to bed, having restful sleep. It's also going to help you in your back half of your cycle, when you are having cravings, when you are craving chocolate, when you are craving cookies, and having those cravings in the back half of your cycle, your body is asking you to up your magnesium, okay? So having a magnesium supplement on hand, especially taking in the evening, is absolutely game-changing. No, girl, I'm not going to take magnesium glycinate early in the day. It'll be night-night. I like to take my magnesium glycinate when I know I'm done. Because when you take it in a powder form, especially, it puts you down. It absorbs very quickly. Okay, Pure Brand. Have I tried Pure Brand? I think I've tried Pure Brand in the past. Sports Nutrition as a brand is phenomenal. I really like their vitamin D3 plus K2. I'm trying Dr. Berg's right now, but Sports Nutrition is a phenomenal brand. Thank you so much for putting that there. Okay, so let's get back to this chat. I haven't tried anything, just to circle back, Eva, I haven't tried anything for papaya and fibroids. I have read that papaya seeds are good for fibroids. Let me find out papaya seeds have magnesium in them. Let me see. Yeah, but I have heard people drinking it as a tea. Okay, they have flavonoids in there, and fiber, and healthy fats. Oh, vitamin A, C, and E. Period. And obviously they have papain in there, which is the enzyme. That's really amazing. But no, I've never tried papaya seeds for fibroids, babe. Omega supplementation. So omega supplementation is one of those things, right? There is a brand that I have in there in the kitchen, but let me see if I can find it in my order. This is one of the things that I was saying. I like to try to get things from my diet because I take so many supplements. I would rather get it from my diet. So I really just do a lot of flax, and a lot of chia. I eat chia almost 3 times a day. So I've really been doing it through nutrition, if I'm being honest with you, because I don't want to add another supplement. I just don't. I don't need it. I don't need it so bad. Let me see though if I can find it. There's a girl that makes that I ordered. She's a nutritionist, and I ordered hers. Oh, you know whose I've taken years back? Nordic. I used to use Nordic's Omega from back in the day. But I'm really trying to supplement where I can, okay? I know Symbiotica has a really good one. Those mugs are expensive though. I'm gonna find this girl's brand because it's a small brand, woman owned, and I have them in there, but I'm not gonna get up. I think it's called Nourished. Or something. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Oh, boom. I think this is her right here. This is the one that I have been using recently, if you're wondering about. Omegas. Hold on, why is this not letting me put this in the chat? Okay, here we go. Ooh. It won't let me link it. Okay. Just Google that because it won't let me put the link in there. Yeah. I worry about when I travel and I have limited access to whole food options. Yeah. And that's one of those times when supplementation can be phenomenal for you. So yeah, if you travel a lot, then maybe you might want to have one on hand. But I just been trying to, you know, do the whole food route. Does putting castor oil in the belly button and rubbing in on the belly help? Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I get asked about castor oil so often. Castor oil is not something that has been major as far as shrinking my fibroids. No. However, it is really good for inflammation. Okay, so I can't deny that part. But I did really think that it was going to help me shrink my fibroids in the beginning of my journey, and it didn't do it for me. And this is why I'm telling you all that it's so very important to address your fibroid healing from a more well-rounded angle, okay? Because I put hope in so many things, in so many singular things, and I was disappointed, and it really took me through a depressional spiral when things failed to help me shrink my fibroids, and I wasn't looking at it from this well-rounded angle. That's why I keep saying and trying to stress how important it is for us to look at healing fibroids from a bigger lens. We got to broaden our perspective when it comes to this. Can castor oil be good for us? Yes. Is it going to help you shrink your fibroids? Maybe, maybe not. Some people say that it does. Personally, it did not help me. Regardless of whether it helps you or not, it's still best to change your lifestyle and your nutrition. That's going to give you, because think about it, right? If one single thing is going to help you to reduce your fibroids, but the fibroids are being caused by different things, to me that doesn't sound like that's going to give you longevity in that. Fibroids can grow back. So I cannot say that with 1000% that that's the best way to address them by just doing that. You need it takes work. You need to dig in there and figure out what things you can address in your diet and your lifestyle and add your castor oil. Now, with that being said, I still put castor oil in my belly button at night, and I also use castor oil on my face. Yeah, I use castor oil on my face at night. So there's that. I can't speak to some of these things about like it softening the fibroids. I don't know. I've never read. Now, I know that there may not be enough studies, but I've never read anything scientifically that backs that. But we do know that it helps with inflammation. I know somebody has some other questions. Come on with y'all questions, girl. Is there something else that I wanted to say? Yeah. What should I stay away from eating? I'm learning. I'm only 25. Hey, girl. And I deal with infertility as well. Ooh, okay. I have several diet videos also. Just want to put that out there. Avoiding eating things like highly processed foods, okay? It's really important that you avoid processed food. Like really, really important. Especially highly processed meat that has been processed with hormones, steroids, etc. Really important. GMO foods, really important. High sugar, really, 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 really important. Any food that is high in sugar and does not have the fiber and the protein to back it up, avoid it, okay? Try to eat whole foods. These are things that are already a whole food as it is, not mixed or processed with anything else, right? So a nutrient dense diet is best for your hormones. And consider the sources of your food. Read everything. People gonna get annoyed with going to the grocery store with you like they do me. I'm serious. Read everything. Let's see, we got some things. My doctor suggests uterine artery embolization as an option. I need to ask about getting my labs done first to see my hormone and CRP levels as well. But what are your thoughts on that treatment? So I'm not against it. I think that it's something that I personally would not have done, and here's why. Level with me. I recently have discovered some things that I feel like people are not being upfront with when it comes to these types of surgeries. I recently did a video about calcified fibroids, and it turns out that getting these procedures like UFE and such can cause calcified fibroids. So that means that instead of the fibroid degenerating and reabsorbing into the body, or just shrinking and just becoming smaller, they become calcified. What a horror. And the truth is, yes, babe, this life will be saved. And I need to probably shut up before the video is like 9 years long, but I'm enjoying this. I love talking to y'all. But after having such a procedure, the fibroids can calcify. And so when they calcify, that means that they cannot, yes, they're degenerated, but they cannot shrink. They've stopped growing, but they cannot shrink, and they're rock hard. And that leaves you having to get another surgery, okay, to remove these fibroids if they calcify at a large stage. I just talked to like 2 or 3 girls in underneath that video about how this happened to them. And I asked, like, hey, was your doctor transparent about the possibility of this happening before you had this procedure? Girl, imagine the horror. So just, there are things to consider with that. There's always a caveat to treating fibroids head on instead of treating the root cause, okay? So would I consider combining lifestyle and diet and wellness efforts with a procedure? Yes. Because maybe that would reduce your chance of, number one, the fibroids growing back, because they can still grow back, and they will grow back even with that procedure. Just new ones grow back. And doctors are not very transparent about that either. When you address the root cause, then you can help yourself avoid growing back and calcifying and things of that nature. You see what I mean? So just make sure that you approach that from a different perspective, babe. And make sure you ask them all those questions. They may lie, but you make sure you ask them. Okay, going back up. Let me see. We got some more questions up in here. Ooh, you mentioned kombucha. How often do you drink that, or any special beverages to fight fibroids? I do love the Synergy brand. Y'all know I'm with a beverage. Y'all know I'm constantly with a beverage. My beverage is over here. It's almost done. I stay with a beverage. And the reason why is because of what I was saying earlier in this live, is that it's one of the ways for me to be able to get in gut health, my gut health efforts, my detoxification efforts, my anti-inflammatory efforts in without having to take another supplement. You see what I mean? So it's just another way that I use to help get supplements off my countertop. Okay, kombucha has absolutely been integral. Did I say it right? In my gut health journey, and it's really important that you understand the link between gut health and fibroids. When your gut health is out of whack, your hormones are out of whack. Your gut is your second brain. Your gut is your second brain, okay? And it's really important that we understand this. I drink kombucha because it helps my gut health. And I found that taking probiotics, traditional probiotics, I have spent so much money on probiotics. The most expensive probiotic I've bought was probably like $95. I'm not gonna lie. I've tried it all. Getting it through a food source, way better for my gut. Way better for my gut, okay? How often do I drink kombucha? I drink kombucha, I cycle on and off. Some weeks I'll buy it, some weeks I won't. But always have a gut health beverage, especially my chlorophyll water. I drink chlorophyll water every day. But my kombucha, I cycle off and on. I'll buy them some weeks and some weeks I won't. And another thing that I want to mention is, yes, it does have sugar in it. So I will drink it after I have my lunch or with my lunch, so that I can have some fiber and protein to back up that sugar. So I'm not just drinking it straight out. And they come in 16-ounce bottles. I also like to drink half of those. I don't like to drink the whole thing. That's just my way of cutting down a little bit of sugar. So I hope that's helpful. And Synergy. If Synergy don't sponsor me, I mean, come on by now. That's my favorite brand. Do you have a special way to filter water to avoid drinking water from plastic bottles? I do not believe in bottled water. I stopped drinking bottled water, plastic bottles of water, a really long time ago. I have a filter. I do use my water filter on my fridge, but I bought a special one, which is whatever the higher grade one is for my fridge. I did have a filter that I used to use in Florida for my water, and it was quite good, but I don't remember the brand of it. Just do some research. And yeah, I do filtered water, and I have a lot of water bottles and canisters because I don't do plastic bottles. I won't. I won't do it. I just feel like putting that into the earth, it makes me feel really guilty because we are creating so much waste. It's really bad. I do like, if you're gonna use, I like Saratoga, and what is it, Mountain Valley, the other one with, Mountain Valley. I've ordered in glass bottles because I really do like spring water. If I'm gonna get a bottle of water or I'm gonna buy a package of water, it's gonna be glass. Okay, so that is that on that. Have you ever done a 14 to 21 day water fast to get rid of your fibroids? If not, what are your thoughts on this? No, I have not. And the reason why I don't do these types of fasts is because they're not sustainable. Fibroids grow back. So I want to make my efforts for fibroids sustainable. It's very important that everything that I do not be for the time being, because fibroids will grow back. And so addressing my diet and my lifestyle have far outweighed everything that I've done. Have I tried, like somebody also asked, have I tried fibroid tea? Girl, I've tried everything damn near under the sun for fibroids. And yes, I've tried the teas as well. Paired with lifestyle and diet efforts, I feel like the most that those teas have done for me is helped with period symptoms. Shrinking of fibroids didn't help me with. It didn't. And again, I'd rather address these things through diet and lifestyle, because that is something that is sustainable. And not only is it sustainable, it is going to help you to balance your hormones, you guys. We can't just address this as this quick shrink my fibroids type of thing. This is a deep systemic issue in our body. We need to address our hormone health. That is primary. So I'm not on board with those things. I don't think that they are the healthiest thing that we can do for our hormone health. So let's just say that. Do you practice seed cycling? I do not. I answered that. Oh. Okay. Kefir. No, I don't, because that, well, the ones that I've seen are made out of milk. Are there ones that are lactose free? I would be open to trying it, but the ones that I've seen are made out of milk, and I don't drink milk. Other than kombucha, what natural everyday foods and drink can you consume for the gut microbiome? Second, is diet drinks harmful to the gut microbiome? What do you mean by diet drinks? Like diet soda? We're not drinking soda, right? So other than kombucha, for my gut, like I said, I really am a chlorophyll water girl. I drink chlorophyll water every single day. That's something that I really love. Another thing that I've recently put into my diet is green juice. Green juices have been really good for my gut. Making sure that the sugar content is minimal. What else do I drink? I also drink a greens blend when I'm not drinking green juice. I do have a powdered, like superfood green greens mix. I do have I have a whole Amazon store, y'all, and I have things in my Amazon store, and I have some, go to my website. Y'all been to my website? Go to my website. There's the link to my Amazon store is there as well. But let me see if I can put this in the chat. Where's my Amazon storefront? Let's be real. Hold on. Amazon storefront. Here we are. This is my Amazon storefront, and I have some things in there that I have my green, one of my favorite green superfood powders on there. Okay, blah blah blah. Coconut Colt. Oh, coconut Colt. Yes. Coconut Colt is expensive. I haven't tried it. Is it good? Do you like it? I see it in the store, and every time I see it, I'm like, Who buying that? But let me know if it's good. I will try it and I will let y'all know. Okay. What can stop heavy bleeding? Hold on. Hold on. Let me go get something for y'all. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to go get this because y'all know I don't play. This right here, this is holy grail for me. Okay, this has shepherd's purse herb, yarrow, witch hazel, let me see, cinnamon bark, and bayberry root. I'm gonna link this. This right here, when it comes to heavy periods, by far, besides, of course, I need to mention balancing your hormones and addressing your hormone health through your nutrition and your lifestyle, because estrogen dominance is one of the major causes of heavy periods, okay? And it's really, really important that we are addressing that from diet and lifestyle, because if we don't, then we're gonna continue to have this issue every month. Butter Flow Stopper, I talked about this on my channel many times. It is that girl. I absolutely love that brand. I love that brand. And when I'm telling you, this is for real, for real, for real, for real, certified. It works. It works. Another thing that I use this for, I don't know if y'all follow me on social media, but I was recently on vacation. Every time I plan a vacation, my period want to come. So I use this also for lingering periods and or to help my period be shorter sometimes. So when I go on vacation, I try to make sure that I keep this with me so that I could wear my bikini, okay? Because I'm about that bikini life. Now that I've reclaimed my body, she's about that bikini life. And I need to make sure that my period is not coming through, messing up everything. So, Flow Stopper, boom, right here for you. Dropping it in the chat. Serapeptase I have tried, but hold on, I just want to also mention that this is the chlorophyll that I use now for my chlorophyll water. I used to use the Now brand, and now I'm using the Wish Gardens Herbs one because it does combine a couple of different herbs in here. So I'm going to put this down in the chat as well, in case anybody is wondering about chlorophyll. That is my favorite chlorophyll. And then we're going to get to serapeptase. Okay, so I did a round of serapeptase. I tried 3 bottles of serapeptase because I like to really dig in before I let y'all know anything, because I don't play about y'all. Did it help me shrink my fibroids? No, it didn't. Now, the way that it's supposed to work is to dissolve the fibroids in an enzymatic way. I'm losing my train of thought when it comes to like how serapeptase is supposed to work. It did not work for me. It did not work for me. And I had great faith in it because a lot of people said that it might work. It didn't. Not for me. It was still heavy. My heavy bleeding is because I'm not as strict as I need to be on my journey yet. You gotta take that heavy bleeding thing serious, babe. Because you can become anemic, and it's really life-threatening if we do not really take it serious. So please add in more cruciferous vegetables, protein, fat, fiber. Give your body what it needs for your hormone health, please. We are women, and our bodies need specific things for our health. We cannot continue to operate like we can just do whatever. We can't. The fact is we cannot. We cannot. And we have also been taught to look at our period and our hormones as something that is, number one, separate than our health, and number two, something that we only have to worry about if we're getting pregnant or around menopause. Our hormone health is important all the time to every process in our body as women. In fact, it's so important that even if you are not going to have a child, keeping your womb intact is essential to your health as a woman. So when we do end up with hysterectomies, especially total hysterectomies where they take out the ovaries as well, we start to suffer from other conditions like high blood pressure, dementia, osteoporosis, and all of these things, because we need our womb for our health. It's just not about our period. It's not just about getting pregnant. It is about our whole health. And that's what this live is really about, trying to shift your perspective on how you're looking at this wellness journey. It is about your entire health. And if we are not really on it, and I'm not trying to jump on you, this is for me too. If we're not on top of this now, we're going to suffer when we get older. Now, I have followers who are already in perimenopause. Shit, I'm knocking on the door of perimenopause. And we're going into that stage. That's when it's going to really show. That's really when it's going to start to say, it's going to start slapping you around like, hey, you ain't been worried about me all this time. So it's really important to very much get on top of your hormone health as a mode of wellness for your entire body. Your entire body. I cannot stress that enough. It's really, really important. I think that honestly we could all be a little bit more committed to our health and our womb. It's not just you, babe. It's an ebb and a flow. We really all do. We've been taught in such a way that we got to relearn how to show up for ourselves. So it's not just you. It's all of us. And ooh, that was loud. You heard that? It's all of us. Okay, so let's see. We have, please take the, yes, babe, please take it serious. Thoughts about red meat. Ooh, Tay. Wow. Have you seen my videos on red meat? The girls love to jump on me about eating red meat. Let me tell you something real quick. Let me try to make this quick. I eat meat. I was vegan, actually. I think I didn't try every diet out there under the sun. I was vegan and I was literally dying. I was killing myself. It's not funny, but it's funny now because I'm removed from it. But that lifestyle is not for everybody. It's not for everybody, okay? And for me, when I incorporated meat back into my life, not only did my health flourish, it wasn't until I started the paleo diet that my health really flourished, really like doubled down and really started flourishing in such a way that I'm so proud of. Y'all, we've been on this live for 2.5 hours. I gotta get off of here. I enjoy this so much. But I eat meat, but I am very conscious about how I eat meat, the sources of the meat, how clean the meat is, etc. So grass-fed and finished, pasture-raised, no antibiotics, additives, or hormones, non-GMO, wild caught. Y'all pescatarians, please make sure that your seafood is wild caught, because if not, they're probably eating corn. Not healthy for you or the animal. Okay. Also, I was highly anemic, like constantly anemic, to the point where I not only had emergency what'd you call that, blood transfusion, I also used to go through weeks of IV therapy, iron. They used to have to put iron in my veins because I was so anemic. And so eating meat for me has been one of the healthiest choices that I've ever made. And I do have a video about my paleo lifestyle. I have several diet videos, y'all. And if you go on my channel homepage, they are now organized by category. So there's one about diet, and all the diet ones are there. But this is really important. There's a very big difference between heme and non-heme iron, okay? And for my girlies that are vegetarian and are vegan, I'm not trying to jump on y'all. I just want you to be aware that non-heme iron is what is, you chewing ice, you're anemic, for sure, classic sign. Non-heme iron comes from non-animal sources. The absorption rate of non-heme iron is so much lower than heme iron, which comes from meat. So you have to be very, very careful if you have fibroids, heavy bleeding, or any issues with anemia at all, and you're eating non-heme sources of iron as your major source of iron. Combine vitamin C with all of your dishes if you can, because vitamin C is going to help with the absorption of non-heme iron. It's really important because the heme iron, it absorbs at such a higher rate than non-heme iron, and less things inhibit the absorption. So for example, if you drink green tea or anything with high tannins, coffee, any of those things, it can highly inhibit the absorption of non-heme iron, okay? The body just likes heme iron. It just kind of is what it is. So if you are a non-meat eater, be very, very careful about your meat, or your not meat consumption, your iron consumption, okay? I just want to put that out there. That's really, really important, girls. Yep. Yeah, and I remember being so anemic at a point in time. They were like, where the hell is the iron going? It was probably the damn fibroids. So what do you mix the chlorophyll with? Water. Spring water or filtered water. This particular brand, you use 20 drops into your water. And this one, I think it has fennel in it. No, that's peppermint. I'm sorry. So this one has nettle, which is amazing, moringa leaf, holy basil, which is amazing for your adrenals, as well as it has peppermint leaf, chlorophyll, and the peppermint is not from an essential oil. It's actually from the leaf, if you have any sensitivities to peppermint. Okay. Yeah, doctors be lying, y'all. And that's why we really have to stick together. Watch my, JJ, watch my paleo video, babe. Please do, so that you can get a little bit more insight into that. Yeah, and vegan, not vegan food works for everybody, but I do eat a lot of vegan things. I use vegan butter, I use vegan yogurt, I use a lot of vegan stuff just because I'm dairy free for the most part. So there's that. Yeah, it makes you eat clay. Yeah, you crave clay. I forget what that condition is called. pyromania? No, that's not. Is that it? What's it called when you like to eat chalk and clay and ice and stuff from the iron? You can get the chlorophyll. I linked it up above, but let me link it again for you. Boom, there you go. It's in the chat. Yeah, that car sound was loud. So I live downtown, y'all. And let's see. All right, we are Pica. Ooh, girl. I had a slow moment. Thank you so much. What? I knew it was a P. I knew it was a P. Okay. Okay, so workout. She just said that 99 times. Carnivore diet. Really quick. Latina queen. I've talked to, y'all know I speak to thousands of women through this journey now that I work online. That's weird. Most of women that said they went carnivore shrink their fibroids. I'm just putting that out there. I've never done a classic like carnivore diet, but it's worth considering. It's definitely worth considering. I do paleo because I think paleo is balanced, it's sustainable, it doesn't make me feel restricted, and it's inherently anti-inflammatory. Okay, so it's an anti-inflammatory diet, and it combines all of the things that my hormone health needs. It's based off of protein, fat, and healthy fat, and fiber. So honestly, I feel like that's really it's a diet for me, and I've been really successful on that one. So sorry to cut us off. We were talking about working out. We kind of talked about working out earlier, and I want to say I got a video about everything, y'all. Please check my channel. I have a video about this already, but again, like I said earlier in this live, if you have mobility restrictions, please try resistance training, resistance bands, and anything that you can do seated that gets your heart rate up. Weights. Ooh, because I didn't say this. Weights are one of the best things you can do for your female hormone health. This is not just me saying this. This is actually, they've done studies. It is phenomenal, especially as we get older. Slow weighted workouts, amazing. I lift weights now. Look at me. Child, I never used to do none of this. So sometimes when I say this, I be like, ooh, who is that? Me. I lift weights now. And it gets easier. It really gets easier. I remember, y'all, I used to be so weak. I would pick up a 10-pound barbell, and literally that thing was so heavy. 10 pounds. 10 pounds used to really be heavy for me. Now I can pick up like 30, 40-pound dumbbell, and it feels like nothing. Yes, it does get easier. To be honest, it's like, it's just progressive. You start where you are. Don't try to overwhelm yourself with this fitness thing. Please don't do HIIT. Please do not do HIIT. I'm sorry, I was talking, but that stopped me dead in my tracks. Please do not do HIIT. If you have fibroids or any hormonal dysfunction, HIIT is not good for your hormone health. Any high intensity training is not good for your hormone health. Thank you so much for mentioning that. So alternatively, slow weighted workouts, low impact things like cardio on incline. That treadmill on incline got my waist looking like Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. It really is so good for your health. It's so good for your hormone health. And when you get to a certain point in your journey, it starts to really give your body those lines that you really like. That's not important in the beginning. Your hormone health is primary, but at the end, when you start to really see some results with your fibroid shrinking and you know that you're really on top of your hormone health, then I think the vanity things start coming in, right? And then you can really be concerned about your waist, you know? But I do the 12-3-30 on the treadmill. So incline of 12, level 3 for 30 minutes. And I do show you that in my fitness video that I have. No, so I'm so glad you mentioned HIIT. Don't do that. Don't do that. Any high impact, it literally works against your hormone health. It may, some people be like, yeah, but I lost so much weight. But again, that's subjective. Is it good for your hormone health, right? So that's a totally different story. Aside from HIIT, what else should you avoid? Besides HIIT, anything that's super strenuous, like weights that are too heavy. I know that now that I'm getting into the weights world, progressive overload and things that really are stressing your body, anything that is too, it's really loud outside today. I live in Houston, y'all. Sunday fun day is real. Like, damn, it's really loud outside. Okay, but anything that's too strenuous, you want to avoid. A lot of people say, oh, well, they say that, yeah, your trainer, yeah. A lot of trainers don't even realize that training a certain way for hormone health is not good. Pilates, amazing. Pilates is amazing, and it's a perfect example and a perfect balance of challenging the body gently. So it is the ghetto. Yes, girl. I be like, dang, y'all can't imagine when I be trying to film videos. If I could do some outtakes on my face midway through filming them videos, y'all, I'd be mad. I'd be big mad. Like, for real? For real? But anyway, anything that's too strenuous is not good, okay? So be gentle on your body. Please be gentle on the body. Here we go. See, trying to bulk. This is what I mean. Yes. You have to be careful with the fitness. It may be good for certain goals in your life outside of your hormone health, but it may not be helping you. It may not be helping you as far as your hormone health goes. Your body right now needs gentle. It needs gentle progress, okay? Gentle, low impact, all right? We're not talking about like geriatric, so to speak, but you want to challenge yourself, but not so much that you're putting your body in fight or flight mode. When you have hormone health issues, the smallest thing can throw our bodies into fight or flight, okay? I want to be big. Yes, I know you do. I know. I'm doing some research on creatine. Have you tried creatine? It actually is good for our hormone health. And it might help you get thick. It might. How often do I exercise a week? Hey, babe. Hey. So I work out, and I told the girls this earlier in the live, at least 4 days a week. At least 4 days a week. But some days I don't even know who I am anymore. Some days I will literally do workouts, or say for example, I work out at the gym 4 days a week or 5 days a week. The other days, like generally a Sunday morning, Saturday morning, I get up and I go walk my trail. I love walking. Oh my God, getting out into nature has also been a really, really healing and amazing for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like for my mental health, even for my creativity, half of the ideas and the spiritual nudges that I get happen to me when I'm out there on that trail. When I came up with the idea to even go on live, not to say that y'all don't love the lives, but I just sometimes spiritually I like to do things off my spirit, what my spirit is telling me the collective needs at that moment. And most of my videos are done because of thoughts and ideas that I come up with from contemplating this journey on my walks. So I'm always working out, basically, but at least 4 days a week. Yeah, and you know what I've noticed when I started suffering from hormone imbalance issues? Strenuous workouts and strenuous anything wears me out, like way easier than when I was younger and I didn't have these issues. I get worn out so quickly. Even some days, say example, when I'm in my luteal phase, this is our premenstrual phase right before my period, I'll be worn out. So sometimes you really just have to listen to your body. I be wanting to go hard, girl. I be wanting to go hard for this body, because now that I got my body back, I've been like, and I have to pace myself. I gotta be like, whoa, you need to bring it back. You need to dial it down just a bit, okay? So listen to your body, absolutely. Ladies, we can also incorporate sports and other low impact activities. Yes, I love, that's what I said. Walking's amazing. If you have a center where they have a pool, if you swim, put that swim cap on, girl. Swimming is amazing. Swimming's amazing. If you can go swim, please do. Please. That's actually phenomenal. And again, like I said, for my Pilates girls, the Pilates body girls, please do Pilates. Pilates is amazing. Oh my God, line dancing class, period. Dancing, salsa classes. All of the classes are really great as well. So don't forget those. I'm glad y'all mentioning that. I'm so one-track minded sometimes. My Happy Flow helped you? Yes, My Happy Flow is that girl. A very small percentage of my followers have told me that they can't take it. It's probably a sensitivity to dim, if I'm being honest. It's generally the dim. Sometimes you need to start with half the dose. You need to start with one pill and work your way up. But My Happy Flow is that girl. Not a pickleball poppy. So recommendations. If you're in the US, there is a brand called August. First of all, I love the owner behind August. She's a young girl, but I'm so proud of her and her success with this brand. First of all, she's very, very, very outspoken when it comes to female period health. Some of the things she posts, I'd be like, whoa, you really went there. But she don't play when it comes to femininity and really advocating for women and I love this brand. I just linked it right now. They are clean, they are sustainable. The other thing that I really love about her brand is it's, if you are in the US, I don't know if she ships outside of the US or not, but I was trying to see if she ships outside of the US. Her pads also do absorb really well. Her wings are absorbent, which I learned through her that a lot of the brands do waterproof wings on their pads. And what this does is it ends up beating up and just going, it leaks. Okay, so she's done a really great job of making an intuitive pad, so to speak. All of it, all of the the blood goes to the bottom. It gets locked in the bottom and it's not on top. And it's a really great brand. I really love her brand. I also like Cora. A lot of the girls really like Honey Pot, but I've not tried anything from Honey Pot, which is really kind of crazy. She is also organic. So Rail, yep, that's one of the ones that I like. Yes, ma'am. I actually have, I feel like I bought Rail last time. One thing that I like about that brand, let me tell you something. If you got a little action in the back and you little, you little curvy, for my curvy girls, Rael, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Their pads have a lot, like the way that they shape them up towards the back gives you a lot more coverage, and they're longer. The pad is long. Y'all, I should have made this TikTok or reel. When I opened it for the first time, I thought to myself, what the hell am I gonna do with this pad? It's so long, but it's super comfortable. And if you have a big butt, you know the problems. You know the problems that be happening back there. So Rail is amazing for that. Yes. Yeah, that non-absorbent wing, that's not gonna do for us. Somebody's asking me about how can you stop a heavy flow. We did answer this. The truth is, addressing this through your diet and lifestyle, your nutrition and your lifestyle is the best thing that you can do. It just is. I'm gonna have to turn this video into 2 videos because there's no way this video is this long. We're having a good time. We need to get off of here. But diet and lifestyle is really important. However, I do highly recommend Flow Stopper. The thing about Flow Stopper is it has shepherd's purse herb. Shepherd's purse is phenomenal for heavy bleeding. That's just one of those botanical, like herbal secrets that have been around for like thousands of years. Shepherd's purse has been used for heavy bleeding. It's amazing. It's something that works really well for me. It also shortens your cycle so that you don't have a really long cycle. I say it's worth giving a try, but in truth, it's really important for you to address this through your diet and your lifestyle. But I'm gonna pin it. Flow Stopper's pinned for you. I love that you've been loving my Happy Flow. My Happy Flow is the holy grail. Y'all, I'm just gonna have a moment with y'all real quick to talk about my Happy Flow. Such a full circle moment. Like, honest to God, I know we're not talking about this, but my journey with my Happy Flow has been such a beautiful and amazing journey. It actually makes me a little emotional. So my Happy Flow is a supplement. It's a hormone health supplement. It's for women, and it is a hormone health vitamin that you take every day. And it is one of the first things that I ever tried on my fibroid journey that actually gave me results. At that time, I was having fibroids for the second time. I had just had surgery 2 years earlier, and my fibroids came back with a vengeance, and I was devastated. I was depressed. I was going through a hell of a time. I had no knowledge of the things that I know right now. And I ordered that supplement as a last effort. I was like, I'm tired of spending money on effing supplements. I'm over this. I'm going to just try it though. I don't know how I came by this. I think it came up on a search that I did. And I ordered that thing. The first period that I had after taking my Happy Flow was life-changing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The pain, the breast tenderness, the cramping, the heavy period even was reduced. I thought I was tripping. I thought I was tripping for 3 bottles. I literally thought I was tripping for 3 bottles, bro. Like, I had to take it like 3 full bottles because I was like, nah, there's no way that this is helping me. Because I had tried everything that I thought up until that point. And no, Flow Stopper is not similar to My Happy Flow. My Happy Flow is a vitamin. So it has B vitamins, it's got C, it's got DIM, it's got indole 3-carbinol in it. It has magnesium, it has iron. It is literally a vitamin for hormone health. Flow Stopper is something that you're going to use in those moments when your period is super heavy and you need immediate action. Like, you need something to help you stop those periods as fast as possible naturally. That's what Flow Stopper's for, okay? Granted, if you are on My Happy Flow, your heavy periods probably are going to be reduced. But in any case that you are having those and you need help like now, this is something good to always have in your counter. Not your counter. You know what I mean. I'm tripping. But even though I don't have super heavy periods anymore, I still take this with me on vacation, and I still use this in times when, like, vacation and I know my period is a period. The period normal, but I'm trying to minimize the period so that I can wear bikinis and I can do activities and stuff like that. I will take this on vacation if I'm having my period on vacation, because it keeps it nice and manageable and quick. So I will use this sometimes. So they are very different. So no, it's a liquid, babe. It comes with a cap. It's a tincture. It's an herbal tincture. Going back to my Happy Flow story real quick. It really worked for me, and I started talking about it on my YouTube, right? And do you know that now I didn't have any incentive back then. I didn't even have that many followers, to be honest with you. I just wanted to be honest and transparent about the things that have helped me. So I go on and I talk about it on my YouTube, and the CEO and the owner of the company kept getting people who were seeing my video buying it. Yes, for 3 bottles, girl, I was shook. And there's this recommended part, like, how did you hear about My Happy Flow? And they would say that they heard about it from me. She's like, who the hell is this girl? So she went on and found me on YouTube. Fast forward, I've been on My Happy Flow. I use it as an everyday vitamin. Fast forward 2 years. Do you know I now am in, I talk to her several times a week. The CEO of the company has invited me to be on her panel for her company. Like, what? It is such like a full circle moment. I am an ambassador for the brand now, and I am over there talking about my journey with fibroids and how my happy flow has changed my journey. And that's just a quick, like, what the hell moment that I was just out here talking about what works for me. And she literally reached out to me and was like, can we have a chat? Because you over here doing amazing things. And mind you, I would like to let you guys know that she's undergoing clinical trials for this supplement, because I want to say she's the only supplement that is made for fibroids and that has claimed that it helps with heavy bleeding and painful periods, but has actually helped women with them. So they're undergoing clinical trials. Amazing. I just wanted to put that out there because I always want to be very transparent about my journey and my connection to this brand. When I started using this brand, I had no connection to this brand at all. And like, this partnership is such a beautiful thing because I get to speak to so many other women about fibroid health and about fibroid awareness through her brand. Can you imagine how many women I can reach about this topic through that brand? Like, I just feel so blessed, y'all. I get emotional. But anyway, I'm gonna link it real quick before I start crying. Before I start crying, child, I just linked that as well. For anybody that is interested in that brand, please go on and check it out. Please read the reviews. Don't just take my word for it. I always tell people, do your research and don't just take my word for it. But if you do order it, I do have a coupon code, and I think it saves you either 15 or 20% off your first order. But I'm so proud, y'all. I just had to share that moment because she asked me about it. I'm gonna wrap this live up. I'm gonna take a few more questions. See, a lot of people say that they couldn't manage it, and I think it is the dim inside of there. It's the diindole L-methane. Oh, that's such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. Yes, girl, I really have to be transparent and open and honest with y'all because I feel like one thing that we lack in this day and age is a sisterhood. We lack community. We are a communal people. We are a tribal people. And all of us, no matter what your background is, whether you are black or not, we really thrive in community, especially as women. We used to have circles that we could go to for this. And it's so isolating and it's so frustrating when you have to deal with this by yourself. And so that has been one of the major points of me continuing to grow this community, because we deserve to have that circle. We deserve to have a safe space to talk about this. It doesn't have enough publicity. I'm not hating and I'm not trying to say anything terrible towards PCOS, but I need you to understand the publicity and the studies and the attention that PCOS is getting over fibroids really still leaves us in the dark. And if we don't have spaces like this that continue to speak on fibroids and uplift the women who are going through this, it's going to continue to be ignored. And I feel like we have so many people that are suffering from multiple things at the same time. and it's not given the attention that it needs. And so that's why me partnering with these types of brands is so critical, because I can continue to further this message, and I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go harder. I will do everything in my power to continue to illuminate this condition and the ways that we can contribute to healthier lives, healthier hormones, healthier bodies, and healthier relationships with our bodies, because so much of this is negative. And we are incredible, y'all. We are absolutely incredible beings. We are fucking magical as women. And when we go through stuff like this, it really steals our power. And we deserve to be empowered through education. We deserve to be empowered through our sisters who have gone through this. You know what I mean? So it's very near and dear to my heart. And sometimes I get emotional, y'all. So if y'all new here, I am very passionate about this. It is my life's calling. So, you know, I always turn into a crybaby over it, because I really do love y'all. And I'm going to continue to do everything in my power to educate and advocate for us, because we are not seen. I have so many books. I have like stacks of books that talk about hormone health, and nothing talks about fibroids. Nothing. Nothing talks about fibroids. And I'm tired. And when I get these certifications, y'all, I'm writing a book. Okay? I'm writing us a book. So, yes, thank you so much, y'all. I love y'all so much. Yeah, and you know what? Like, I don't want to go on and on and on. I do want to close out my little TED talk, but I do want to say that, like, the support that we think that we're going to get from our family, ooh, till this day, I really don't think that my family understands the magnitude of what I've gone through. Like, to this day, right now, as we speak, I still feel like they don't understand what I've been able to achieve, and how rare that is, and how we are not taught about this. So to one of your points, she just made a point about, like, your family can make you feel crazy. Your family can gaslight you. Your family can make you feel like, girl, you're being dramatic. And we all go through heavy periods. Why are you complaining? You know? And really the truth is, it's about educating them. It's about education and advocating for yourself in a way that helps illuminate the truth about this condition. And I find that some of you all actually share my videos with your family, and I think you should, because they really don't get it. And do you think that people that came before you that have fibroids would get it? But the old school way of thinking was just have a hysterectomy, or just do this or that. You know, you just put up with it. You just deal with it. And no, we're not doing that no more. So to your point about breaking generational curses, let it end with us. Let it end with us, because it's about time, right? It's about time for this narrative to stop. It needs to stop. We're not being dramatic. What we are going through is hell, okay? And we deserve all of the support and the love and the advocacy that we can get, and sometimes that's not going to come from the people closest to you. Sometimes it comes from your internet sister. So thank you guys so much. I want to end this because I've been on here for 3 hours and it doesn't even feel like it. But I will say this will be saved as a video. God bless the people that come in after us trying to watch this. Y'all already be talking about how long my videos are and how much I talk. They finna be mad. But this will be saved. Please continue. Yes, girl, we've been on live for 3 hours. But it's going to be saved. Please continue to talk in the comments. Yes, it's going to be uploaded here. It's going to be on YouTube for anybody to reference back to. It's going to be saved as a regular video, although it's going to be in vertical form. Please go and continue in the comments. You know I'm always in my comments. I be in my comments several times a week. So if there was something that I did not address, please feel free to ask after the video. Where will I save it? It will be on my channel. It will be on my channel at GlamPreezy. Yeah. Do I offer coaching for fibroids? Officially, I don't offer coaching yet. However, I do offer every now and then. I've been offering one-on-one support calls. And if that's something that y'all feel like I should offer again, please let me know. Put it down in the comments of this video if you want me to add one-on-ones again. I did it before and it was such an amazing experience. Like, girl, in them calls, we really put everything on the table. There were tears, there were so many victories and so many breakthroughs, and I love nothing more than talking to y'all clearly. So if you want one-on-ones, let me know. I can add those back. I still have the platform and I still have it set up for one-on-ones. And yes. Yeah, I know a lot of you are very much feeling confused, but here's the thing. When I put these one-on-ones up and I open this calendar, y'all better book these, okay? Don't be playing with me, all right? I will try to make sure that they are fairly priced, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I first introduced them, I did them mad cheap, like dirt cheap, and we ended up being on the calls for like an hour long. So they're gonna reflect what you're gonna get. I'm not gonna hit y'all over the head. You know I'll never do that. But I think this time I will do like 1 hour calls. So we'll talk about that. I'll do a poll or something in the community and I'll come back and talk about that eventually. Let me get off of here, y'all, so y'all can go on about y'all Sunday. I love you guys so very much. I almost cried. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for continuing to be a part of this journey. If y'all are watching this and y'all been watching my videos and you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, at this point, like, we family, so what you doing? Like, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, all right? And then also, please remember, I have like over 50 videos or something, maybe even 60, 70 videos on fibroids. Go to my channel homepage and go through the categories and see if there's something there for you, because most of this I address through videos that I've made already, okay? I love you guys. Yes, and definitely like this. Like and share and subscribe. Thank you so much, y'all. Go and enjoy your Sunday. And I will come back to the comments of this video later on this evening, okay? So if I didn't address something, please just drop it down in the comments. I love y'all so much, and I hope that this was helpful. And I will see you again in another video. I'll do another live. I'm gonna do another live in a couple weeks, okay?